Hi pretty people! Welcome to another one-on-one class, except this one is all about productivity. Today we are breaking down productivity, talking about tips on how to be more productive, how to easily apply productivity to your life. Also, I would love to start this series where I do more of these one-on-one classes. My first one ever was kind of the becoming a perfect student video that I did, which you guys seem to love. This is something I would love to do if you guys want to see more of it. I also want to let you guys know that I am no means trying to push productivity on you and kind of tell you that this is how you should be living your life. Again, I'm just here to be your big sis, help you in any way that I can, and together hopefully we can reach our life goals. Anyways, this class is going to be a hefty one. It's going to be a juicy one. Students, take your seats and let's get this class started. First things first, a little short introduction on who I am. You may have never seen this face on the internet. A little fun fact is that people don't know that I'm full Filipino. I do also speak Spanish. I grew up learning how to speak Spanish my entire life. Me gusta practicar con mi novio porque ahora no suena muy bien. Es como un poquito off. It's a little off. And the reason why I'm doing this video for you guys is because I myself am a full-time student, full-time content creator. Other parts of my life is I'm in a relationship. I love spending time with my friends and family. I also live away from home, so I do go back and forth. So there's all that I'm constantly juggling and having to nurture all of those parts of my life and try to succeed in all of them. And I think there's a lot of us in the same situation. So I thought I would provide these tips and also show you guys how I apply them into my life. Productivity looks different for everybody. Not everyone is gonna be living the same type of lifestyle. It's honestly all about finding what works best for you and applying that to your life so you can achieve the most that you can. With that being said, we're moving on to tip number 1. We're gonna start with something a little controversial. This might upset some of you guys, but I have to say it. First thing we're gonna do is eliminate all distractions. Some of us need to admit we are social media addicts. We cannot go a day without checking or scrolling on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and a lot of the hours of our day are taken up by just mindlessly scrolling. So let's start by removing these distractions. I want you guys to take a day and delete that social media. And if you can do this longer than a day, that is even better. You also really want to think about the long-term effects of what your current addiction is. Social media does have such a lasting impact on us. When I think about an app that just has drained me mentally, I think about TikTok. Especially on your For You page, you don't have any control over what you are consuming. You don't want social media to control you. You want to control it. You want to consume things that you actually to consume that inspire you, gives you ideas, not something that makes you cry or angry. I myself am going to do a social media detox, and you for yourselves will see how much of a difference it makes. Good morning, guys. We're starting off this lovely day by deleting our social media. I've had TikTok deleted for a while now. We're just gonna be deleting Instagram and YouTube today. YouTube is gonna be a challenging one because I go to that for like so much comfort and like to start my day. But I've also realized that it takes so much time out of my day because I'm constantly going back to YouTube just to find a video to watch. Anyways, let's do the damn thing. The only thing about deleting Instagram is I don't know all of my passwords. So getting back into all my accounts might be a struggle. We're gonna look at my current screen time so that at the end of the day we can compare the two, see how much progress we've made. I didn't expect it to be this low. My daily average is only 4 hours and half of it goes to social media. It'll be interesting to see if we can get our screen time down to less than an hour. What I'm really trying to look for is how much more present I am going to be and how much more productive I am throughout the day without it being a distraction. I just got to the school right now. I kind of want to do a little exploring around the campus. My campus is on the smaller side, but I know there are like little nooks that I have yet to find. Today I decided to do the complete opposite of what I would do after class, which is get home, head straight into bed, and start going on some form of social media to relax myself. Lately I've been doing this a lot more and just been really attached to my phone. So I thought with social media being deleted today, why not actually spend some time at my school's library and get ahead of my homework. As you guys can tell, this is a much more quieter environment, which is why I'm whispering right now. Random question for you guys. What do you guys study best in louder environments, or do you find that you focus better in completely silent environments like this one? Today I thought I would explore through my school's library, kind of experiment with all the different floors and see which one I like best. I've also really been enjoying this time without social media. I feel less stressed out and anxious, probably because my time isn't being consumed by something I shouldn't be doing. I like to think that there are many forms of productivity, one being a self-care slash wellness based type of productivity where you read, journal, meditate, and even take naps. Essentially, you're working on building healthier habits. Now, I'll admit I haven't really been incorporating these forms of productivity into my life because I've been substituting those for boosts of serotonin from social media. But obviously, there are better ways to improve your well-being, such as the ones mentioned. So don't neglect these healthier forms of productivity because they will truly help you reach your goals in the future. For the rest of the day, I spent a lot of it doing some editing, resisting the urge to watch YouTube videos on my phone, napping also, and even going for a walk to chase the pink sky. We are chasing the pink sunset right now because we haven't had a sunset in a very long time. Okay guys, it is now 10 p.m. I think we can kind of end off the day and see how much we improved on our screen time. Okay, guys, we spent 2 hours and 22 minutes to be exact. From Monday, we actually spent 4 hours and 3 minutes, and Sunday we spent, oh my god, that's a lot of hours. And then on Sunday, we almost spent 8 hours on our phone. So since Sunday, we cut it down by 3 times. I think that's 3 times as much. I feel like this was easier for me to do just because I've really been trying to cut down on my social media. I've had TikTok deleted for, I want to say, almost like a month now. And it really is just because social media has been taking up a lot of my time and also my mental health. And I have found that ever since cutting down on my usage, it's really just made me so much happier. Not only that, I just have more time to do things and focus my energy on more important things. But as I mentioned early on, the goal for me was to see if taking away social media would make me more present and just live within the moment, and also see if it would increase my productivity. And I feel confident in saying that I think we hit the mark on both of those. Today felt like I was so much more open to what I can do instead of just like automatically thinking like, let's just go on social media and waste time. I honestly think this is my biggest tip for you guys. I think it's the most life-changing. I'm gonna start packing up everything. We're gonna head out for the day to a cafe to get a bunch of work done. Part of what allows me to stay productive throughout the week is always blocking off 1 to 2 days and just dedicating those days to getting everything done on my to-do list. Basically making a clean slate for myself so that going into the next week, I'm not stressed out about anything. Don't let yourself get stressed out. Don't procrastinate any of these things. We're gonna head out for the day and spend it together at a lovely coffee shop. My biggest tip for encouraging productivity is to put yourself in thriving work environments. Whether that's in the comfort of your own home or at your school's library, set yourself up to be in environments you succeed most in. For me, I can spend hours at a coffee shop getting so much work done simply because the space that I'm in encourages me to be productive and there are less distractions. We have crossed off one thing on our to-do list. So we're moving on to my dreaded homework. It includes a 30-minute video on APA and text citations, which I hate. So I have to take some notes on that, which I'm currently gonna do on my iPad over here. I really want to bring out the keyboard and use this as I type out my notes, but it is kind of obnoxious and loud. But it's just so fun to type on, so I really want to do it. I like to go about my homework sessions by completing as many assignments as I can until I reach the point where I need a longer break. I know there's the Pomodoro technique where you basically work in intervals and take short breaks in between, but I find this to be inefficient for me. Once I'm focused in on my work, I want to stay focused for as long as possible, so I have just found that this method allows me to be the most productive. We are almost done with everything on our to-do list, but for right now, I do want to just take a short break. We were almost in that cafe for 5 hours, which is why I have to take a break now because I'm so hungry. This is your reminder now, if you've been studying for like 5 hours, that means you should go eat something. I just finished taking my math exam. I really want to treat myself to some coffee. That sounds delicious. And for the rest of the day, I don't have plans yet, but I will make plans because Thursdays are the days that I typically either just like have some me time or hang out with friends. This is honestly what works best for me. Otherwise, I would probably go insane. I've tried about like every drink here, so I don't know what I'm gonna choose today. The iced mint mojito is always a good one. I got the iced ginger snap today, just feeling a little bit snappy. I have fully gone into relaxation mode right now. I constantly remind you guys that having a balance when it comes to school, sports, whatever it is that takes the majority of your life, there needs to be a balance. You need to know when to pump the brakes. Maybe stop for a while, enjoy the view. What I've learned with school, YouTube, it's not as enjoyable when that's all you are focusing your energy into. I am a big person on quality time. That's my #1 love language, so I love spending time with friends. And it really just fuels me for the rest of the week going forward. A lot of these weeks can seem mundane, and it definitely will be that way if you don't add a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Otherwise, you will go into a spiral. You'll probably end up being burnt out. Today, my day off is gonna look like a relaxed, chill vibe because my boyfriend wants to play a cooking game for the rest of the day. They probably think we're weird. Choice of game today is Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Russian Rosita, what? Get cooked?
I just fell somewhere.
You gotta take that pen off of there though. Take that pen.
Wait, there's some stuff.
Oh my god.
This green juice is literally so good. It doesn't even taste like green juice to me. Like, there's so much flavor. I saw someone using these tiny small cards, so I'm taking it with me. Being a student who lives away from home, my #1 most dreaded task I have to do is grocery shopping. This is something I will put off for as long as possible, which obviously isn't good for fueling my body. So I've learned to incorporate this into my days off, as well as make fun dinners to be proactive while still enjoying my day off. On the topic of food, my next tip is all about knowing how to fuel your body so that you have high energy to be more productive. You can do a quick Google search on foods that optimize your daily energy, and here you can get an idea of the foods you should be eating. The relationship between the foods that you're putting into your body and how productive you are throughout the day was actually brought to my attention by the queen herself. She made a point about the foods that you eat really affect your body and like your energy throughout the day. And this is something that I slowly did start to incorporate into my life when it came to like working out. I was thinking about eating more protein, healthier breakfasts like oatmeal. For the most part, I was just thinking about it in terms of like working out, but now I understand why certain days when I literally would wake up feeling sluggish, so low energy. And honestly, ever since I started thinking about what I'm putting in my body, I myself have felt so much more energetic throughout the day. I was able to complete so much more tasks like work out in a day, study, have a night out, and overall this would contribute to my mood because I would feel more energetic, thus feeling more happier, feeling more sociable. This is kind of a segue into my next tip, which is making productivity all about having fun, romanticized. I feel like 2 years ago, if you asked me if I really enjoyed study sessions, I would have said no. One being that I also hated the major that I was in, but two being because I was not doing it right. Now going into my study sessions, I romanticize my environment. I always bring along a study buddy. Like, it just makes studying 10 times better, especially because on your little breaks, you can have like a full-on conversation, laughs and everything, and then just go back to studying, getting on a grind mode. Not only that, but you guys both just hold each other accountable. I also use it as a way to just hang out with my friends. All of us are really busy as students, and most of us are always needing to study, so I'm like, hey, do you want to go to a coffee shop and go study with me? And it's nice because then you get to like catch up during breaks. You just get some time together while also getting work done together. This is something I also like to do when it comes to the gym. I found so much motivation for myself within the first month of going, and then it came to like the 3rd month and I was like, okay, I really need a gym buddy because I don't have the motivation to bring myself there on my own. So bringing a friend is always so much more fun, and you push each other to do better. And the last thing I have to say on that is just switching up your routine here and there, just so things don't get stagnant and mundane. For example, for me, I don't really find doing the 12-3-30, which if you don't know what that is like you do 30 minutes on a treadmill. I myself can't do that because I get like bored just doing that same action for 30 minutes. So I will like switch it up, do the Stairmaster, go on like the bicycles there, and just that in itself switches up things. It makes it more interesting, and I'm like, okay, let's keep doing this longer. Same way with my study routines. If I don't feel like studying here, I'll go outside in my living room. It's as simple as taking 3 steps and like it changes the environment, or I'll go to a coffee shop, to my school's library. I've just been trying to find all the ways that I possibly can to make studying and just being overall productive fun, and it really has kept me going, and I am so happy to say that I think we are going to end with all A's if I keep the grind unlocked, which means for any of you guys that are currently in a slump, I understand I'm currently kind of in that situation, but but I just know that I have to keep going. I have to discipline myself. I can find a way to push through this. And I know you guys can too, because we're all going to end with our dream grades. Whatever that you've been working towards, you are going to accomplish. It will all be worth it. With that being said, that is the end of today's video. It was very jam-packed. I feel like I could have gone on this topic for such a long time, but that's why I'm gonna tell you guys to subscribe, because I will continuously be giving you guys more tips in my future videos, whether that's like a study vlog, a morning routine. I love giving my 2 cents on things and helping you guys out. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I would love to have you guys be a part of my family. It's a fun time here. Have a lovely day. Hugs and kisses. You guys are so beautiful. Bye. Your hands